Hello, this is my first real video. I'm going to make a video talking about who I am, who I'm not, and everything else about me. My name is Thomas. You might be thinking, why am I even turning on this camera? I don't even know. That's what I'm asking myself, right? Honestly, who knows? I was going to clip something else in here saying, like, I actually do know. Never mind, I do know why I'm turning. Oh my god. I do know why I'm turning on the camera. I want to help people. No. Actually, the reason I'm turning on the camera is to be able to help people with whatever they're going through, struggles. I feel like there's nobody real on the internet. Not many people real on the internet. So I want to be real about everything. Everything you'll hear from me is real, pure, raw. That's all you'll get. And if you don't like it, watch something else. I don't know. Close your eyes. Close your ears. Don't click on the video. Alright, so first things, where was I born? I was born in Ecuador. That's where I'm from. I came to the United States when I was 7 months old. And I've been here ever since. How do I feel about being from Ecuador? I feel like it's pretty cool just in general being from somewhere else. You know, more culture. Not that there's not culture in where I'm at now, but it's just more. You know, if you have family from all over the world, you have more culture than someone who's just from one place, you know, and more experiences. More than that, it just opens your mind. I don't know. Yeah, that's how I feel about being from Ecuador. Growing up, did that ever make me feel different? To be honest, no, not really. I don't really see things in that point of view. I don't really get sucked into like, I'm from here, this is who I am. You know, I don't see myself as an Ecuadorian or like this or that. I just see myself as a human being, person, and hanging out with other human beings and persons in the world. So, no, I don't feel like it really changed me in my mindset of like hanging out and being able to get along with people. And then I feel like something important to me is like religion. Who am I? I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. He's my Lord and Savior. That's who I am in like the deepest. That to me is truly who I am. I am a. That to me is truly who I am. Is a son of Jesus Christ, a creator or a creation of Jesus Christ. Born into school years, right? After like you're a kid, a big part of your life, or what? 13 years, right? You start school at like 5, 4 ish. You finish it at 18. So 5, 4 years. I meant 14, 15 years. 13, 15, 13, 14. I'm gonna have to cut this whole thing out. Or I keep it in. Not playing. Probably gonna cut it out. Or I keep it in. Not playing. I'll keep it in just because I'm real, guys. I'm super real. All right. Let's just say 5 years minus 18. That's 13 years. We're gonna go with that. I'm keeping all this in. I want to be raw, guys. I'm not trying to edit a lot of stuff out. Question is, did I hate school or did I just not care? Because for me, I think for a lot of people in this world, school was not the most enjoyable time. And the actual school aspect, other than like getting along and socializing with friends, which I feel like everybody loves. And the people who don't, I don't know. I think I didn't hate school necessarily. I think a lot of people struggle with this. I'm not saying like, guys, it's just me. Like, I'm so different, guys. But it's like you have goals that you want to do. You have things you want to do in your life. Like, I don't know, you want to go be a construction worker for the rest of your life. If that is your dream and you sitting there is like, what am I doing? I'm wasting my time, you know? If your dream is to travel the world, like, I guess I don't know how you would travel with no money, but I guess like travel, walking around, like hitchhiking the world, then you would feel like, what am I doing here? For me, I think I struggle with that a lot. I felt like I wanted to do more. And it's just not something, a lot of the stuff I was learning just felt like, what is this even for? I think a lot of people struggle with that, but it is important. I do think that school, to a certain extent, is very, very important. Mostly because it helps, like, truly forgetting about the school, just like socializing. I keep saying the word like. I'm also keeping this in. I'm trying to get rid of using filler words. Filler? I think it's filler words. So that. Dude, I'm getting more comfortable, guys. I'm keeping all this in. All right. I just love yapping. That's another thing about me. I'm a yapper. All right. I'm going to be honest. I'm looking at this thing. I have it all written down. I don't have my glasses on because it glares the light. So that's why I have to keep clipping this so I can read it. So I'm going to actually look at this one because it has a lot of it. For school, was I bored, distracted, angry, or lost? To be honest, I wasn't angry. I was kind of bored at some points. Distracted, yes. Because like I said, it's just like, I want to do different things. And lost, yes. I feel like everybody's lost with everything you do, you know. And I always say this. This is one of my biggest things. It's like, we will all feel lost in life, you know, the downs. Because you never truly enjoy the ups. Like, think to yourself right now, what is the thing you would love to be doing most at this moment? Let's say, I don't know, going to an amusement park. If I put you in the amusement park for 2 weeks straight, every single day for 24 hours, would you still want to be at the amusement park? No, you'd probably be like, I want to go lay down. You know, I want to go rest. I want to be able to just relax on my couch, binge watch like movies, TVs, keep saying the word like. And then if I made you do that for 2 weeks straight, you'd be like, I said like. You would say, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go work. I want to go study now, you know? I go make you work for 2 weeks. Then you say, I don't want to do this anymore. So we're never truly content in life. More than that, I think we will always feel lost no matter what we're doing. It is up to you to make changes in your life to not feel that way. Or if, when you do feel that way, do something to change it. Change. Another quote, I'll try to find it. I'll put it up here if I find it. The true thing that makes people successful is the ability to adapt. The true thing that makes people successful is the ability to adapt. I read that somewhere, and I think that is absolutely correct. No matter what type of person you are, what type of environment you're in, what you're doing in your life, if you cannot adapt to changes, because life is all about changes, you will fail. Yeah. All right. I snowball a lot, so I'm going to continue to snowball, but I think it's better because it makes the video not so formal or so boring. Teachers, did any stand out or... Oh. Teachers, did any stand out or bad? Oh my god. Teachers, Teachers, did any stand out, good or bad? Yes, absolutely. I think everyone goes through this. I think again, because I wasn't too good at school and I was always talking, I think a lot of teachers might have felt like disrespected. Like I intentionally was trying to disrespect their class or like I didn't care. Which, again, I completely understand why they would feel that way. But there were a lot of teachers who I think, a couple that I can remember in my life that looked at me and realized what I was going through in my head, where it was just like I had energy, I wanted to socialize. It wasn't that I wanted to disrespect them or didn't care about the things we were doing, but it was just a lot of built up energy. And a lot of teachers helped me out with that, and I'm thankful for those teachers. Absolutely. Did I ever feel dumb or just not built for the system? I think everyone at some points in school or just again in life at one point will feel dumb and not built for the system. Mostly for not built for the system, I think correlates to school because school is the exact same. Everyone goes through the exact same classes, exact same times, exact same everything, you know. Some people are not built for this schedule. Some people might be. But it just everyone has to do the exact same thing. So I think at some point, yes, everyone is not built for the system of school. And then for life, feeling dumb in life, absolutely. I mean, if you don't feel dumb, you're not progressing. You're not learning because that is how you learn. You make mistakes, you fail, you feel dumb. You know, if you stay comfortable and don't care about learning the new thing because, well, I might not understand it, then you'll stay where you're at in life. And that applies to everything. Yay. All right. Looking back, do you think school measured you wrong? Measured me wrong? Uh, I mean, again, it's super relative. I love using that word. But yes and no. I think certain aspects of school, I'd feel like what that represents to somebody else might be different who I think I truly am. Because again, it's all perspective. I mean, someone might look at me and think of me as A, but I see myself as C. You know, am I right? Is he right? I don't know. It's just perspective. But no, I don't think that school necessarily measured me wrong, but more so the importance that I give to certain things, or not just me, but I can only speak about me. Yeah, the importance that I give to certain things, I get to choose. If I think in my heart that that means this and that matters, then I will believe it and I will do something about it. Whether it is to change it, whether it's to be proud of it, whether it's to be ashamed of it. And that applies again to everything. I'm going to just keep saying the same phrases. That applies to everything. Yippee. All right. Yes. Growing up, how did I see myself? Was I confident or insecure? I think confident. I mean, it's funny because I think when I look at myself, I don't see myself as perfect, or I don't see myself, although I love to say that. It's half joke, half not. Because I'm going to snowball now, just so I can speak about that. The half joke, half not, the reason I don't joke about, like, when I say, like, oh, like, I'm perfect, stuff like that, although I am, I know that nobody is perfect, is that we should all thrive. I think everyone should. I think I do it, and I think everyone should thrive to be able to say, I am perfect, or I am trying to get as close to perfect as I can. And if that is something you are ashamed of, where it's like, oh, I don't want to say like I'm perfect because it's like blah blah blah, you know. Well, okay, well, you're not improving as a person, you know. I try. I'm not perfect at all. Like, although I make jokes, I'm not perfect. There are many things in my life which I would love to change. And again, it's all up to me. No one is stopping me from doing anything in my life. No one is stopping you from doing anything in your life but you. Your biggest enemy and your biggest wall of what's stopping you from the next thing is you. Whether that is good or bad, whether that is making bad decisions and you're stopping yourself from doing that, that is you. Whether that is making good decisions and you're stopping yourself, that is you. No one is stopping you. And it's like that kind of mentality is kind of like ugly, the harsh truth, where it's like, dude, just do it, you know? But I can't because blah, blah, blah. I understand. Everyone has their thing, you know? Everyone has their own, I can't because of this, or it'd be nice if I had this. I don't know, dude. Figure it out. You know, some people are born luckier than others. Absolutely. Some people are born into different situations than others. Absolutely. What are you doing right now, this second, to improve that? That's what you have to ask yourself. And what am I going to continue to do tomorrow, next week, next 2 weeks, next year to improve my situation, who I am, and who I want to become? I'm a motivator, guys. All right. Okay, well, I should go back to the question. What growing up was like confident or insecure? I would say insecurely confident. I always, even now, know the things that I am insecure about, whether it is like physical or whether it is mental, emotionally, that I am not good at. And I don't feel ashamed of those things. Not in the aspect of I'm proud of not being perfect or I'm proud of being like stubborn, which I think I'm very stubborn. But I actively want to do things to better the things that are quote unquote wrong with me. So I never really felt ashamed of it necessarily. Mostly when it comes to physical things, it's like, who cares? Like, I have a big nose. I think I have a big nose. Who cares? Truly, who cares? Yeah, I mean, and the only people who might care, right? I don't care about those people. Like, if you have whatever you think is like wrong with you and people make fun of you for it or people treat you harshly for it, those aren't the people you should want to associate yourself with. Those aren't the people that you want to validate their opinions and give power to their words, you know? It is ugly. I mean, should people make fun of other people? Like, so someone be rude to you? No. But I mean, that is life. Again, life isn't perfect. You got to do what you can with what you got. Always. Forever till the day you die. You can only control that. Nobody else. Nobody's saving you. No one is coming to save you. I forgot where I hear that phrase too. But truly, no one is coming to save you. Yeah. All right. Guys, I love saying the yes. Yes, after finishing some bangers. If y'all don't understand what I'm saying, like I'll say like slang, please let me know. I'll try to calm down on the slang. And if I talk fast, I don't know. YouTube has to like slow the video down, so just slow it down. And I have a decent mic, I think, so hopefully captions can help you out. All right, next question is, do I feel ahead of people or behind? I feel behind. I'm not going to lie. I feel behind always. Always, 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 always. Because I want more. Because people right now, like I'm sitting here, again, this isn't necessarily bad, but I'm sitting here making this YouTube video while somebody else is sitting making $1 million right now. And I'm like, well, what am I doing? You know? But again, it's all about bettering your situation. Like, yeah, I feel behind. What am I doing to get forward? Yeah. I feel like there's not much more to say about that. I don't feel behind though. Wait. I don't feel. Yeah, I guess I just feel behind. I'm going to cut that part. Yeah. All right. Another big thing about me is that I joined the United States Marine Corps after I graduated high school. And why? Why the Marines specifically? For me, growing up as an immigrant, through my parents, like they didn't like understand the concept of like military and how it worked here because it just isn't something that's necessarily taught, you know? So when I was leaving, so when I was graduating high school, I realized that, again, school just wasn't for me. I was not good at school and I needed to mature, but I also didn't want to do nothing with my life and just get out and, you know, again, it's the only person who's stopping you from being better is you. The only person who's holding you back is you, you know, and I didn't want to hold me back. I wanted to do something. So that's why I joined the military. And more than that, I chose the hardest branch. At least, again, that's really relative. You know, who you ask, like, what you think the hardest branch is. I just search up, like, hardest branch. The Marine Corps was there. And then within the Marine Corps, I just chose the hardest job. I could have chosen, nobody will know this. Like, a lot of people won't know this. I could have chosen recon. I tried. But basically, it's like above infantry, it's like special. And if you do that and at any moment you fail, you get put into something called open contract where you can get basically put into any job, which I realized that that isn't something I wanted to risk. And the way I was told was if you go infantry while you are in infantry school, you can go into recon at that moment. So that's what I decided to do. While I was in school, I didn't do recon because I realized that's no joke. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna be reading it as I go on. It says, "Was it discipline?" I'm gonna go one by one. Yes, I think I wanted to build that within me, uh, because I felt out here is really easy. Like out here in the real world, right? I'm not talking about outside of the military world. It is super easy. No one is telling you what to do. Get up at this time. No one is telling you, so you have full control. And some people with that control and with themselves, they can tell themselves to wake up at some certain time to do this. I realized that that wasn't me. I didn't have that in me to to truly be able to stick with something and continue. Because again, it's really easy to stick with something here, or it's really easy to say that, but then whenever you do it for a week, you're like, ah. But whenever you're in something like the military, which again, it has its pros and cons, is you really have no choice, like at all. So yeah, I think discipline was a big part of it. I wanted to build that within me because it goes with you for the rest of your life. And again, it's about bettering your situation and who you are. And I realized that that was something that was important to me. Next, escape. Was it for escape? I would say yes and no. I know a lot of people join because they want to get out of their house, get out of their parents' house, and feel like an adult. For me, it wasn't necessarily that, but it wasn't necessarily not that either. I think feeling like I think I'm very independent. I don't want anything from anyone. I don't want handouts ever. Although I always make jokes, I'm like I want like oh send me money and stuff like that. I don't want money from anyone. Truly, I don't want anything from anyone. Um, because it just for me, I think, and it is a problem. I think in some certain aspects where I don't ask for help because it's just like nah. I'd rather just like drown and like die before I ask for help in some certain things. But I think it's important to ask for help. And again, going back to religion, I struggle through religion to ask for help in my own ways. So that it wasn't for escape. Just to bring it back, it wasn't for escape, but it wasn't not for escape either. Purpose. And this one is a pretty big one for me. Absolutely. I think purpose was a big reason of why I joined was because I realized what what do I bring to the world, to the people around me? Do I benefit them? Am I a disservice to them? And more than that, what am I for the rest of the whole planet? And I realized that me being a random 18, 19-year-old high school graduate, well, what purpose was I bringing to the world? Who am I? Why am I here? And I think that joining the Marine Corps and specifically joining the infantry, I was like, well, I'm going to fight for good. At the time, that's what I felt. And that was my mindset, was like, I want to help people. I want to help protect people. That was my biggest thing, is protect people and protect my family. And I thought that that would help me because of the things I would learn and the discipline and the way it would change me mentally to be a better person, which is why I joined. I didn't want to be average. I wanted to be better. Like the quote I love to quote from American Psycho, you can always be thinner, look better. Like that was my thing. I just want to be better. Again, who was again, who made me do that? Was it me? Was it my parents? Was it family? Was it the recruiter? No. At the end of the day, again, you control your life. No one controls your life. So I decided to go. Again, was it a right decision? Was it a wrong one? I don't know. But again, it's you have to decide for just rooting back. Again, just going back to what I was talking about. You are the controller of your life. Do something, you know? And if you don't, then don't complain. I don't know. Money, it was absolutely not for money. Yeah, trust me, it was not for money. Trust me. I won't go into that. Identity, not really. Again, it just like more so the purpose. I feel like that was it. But identity, it wasn't like I was lost. I didn't know who I was. I mean, I know who I am. I just didn't know what benefit I had to the world, which is something I wanted to add. Yay. Okay. Now going into my time in. How long have I been in? I've been in a little bit over 3 years. Yes. What has changed about myself, right? Because I can only speak about what I think, because other people might tell you something differently. The good and the bad. I'll first start off with the good. I think I'm a lot more disciplined. I think I've been given huge. I always thank the military for this. Huge amount of perspective. Whether that is good perspective of like, wow, like this is very fun, and very bad perspective in life of how low you can truly get, whether that is mental or physical. I always say I don't think I could do anything. I don't think at any point in my life I could do something harder. I think other than being a father, I think being a father would be very hard. Having a baby, having to deal with, I've never experienced that, so I feel like that's going to be horrible. But yes, perspective is massive, because you truly realize how thankful you should be for the things you have. You know, how thankful you should be to be able to, I don't know, like a lot of people, like people in this world might have to like share a room with somebody or live in different financial situations, you know, but having your own restroom or like having like a restroom you share with your family or stuff like that. I mean, you don't have that over there sometimes, you know, sleeping in a bed, again, even if it's like an air bed that you get from, an air mattress that you get from Walmart for like $25 is better than like situations I've slept in before. And it isn't just about me. It's just perspective again in general. It's just you realize that you should be thankful for the things you have. The food. Sometimes there's no food, you know, like sometimes when you're out there, you're doing things, you realize like, oh, I'm starving. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, you know, and you realize perspective. I won't go much more into it unless y'all care and y'all ask in the comments. But perspective. Other good things, I mean, other than like cardio and being fit, yes, you know, that's obvious. And although my cardio is not the best. Now going into the bad, I think, and I hate this, I hate everything I'm going to say, but again, I'm the only one who could change it, is patience. I think my patience, I think I've always had like bad patience, not like anger, like I'm going to get angry, like I have no patience, but just like being patient, like, hey, we have to wait for this. I'm just like, oh, I just want to have it already, or I just want to blah, 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 you know, or just things like that. I think my patience has gone way lower, and then patience towards other people, you know, like, hey, I'm going to help you with the math test, right? And I'm helping you, and then you're just not getting it. My patience is way lower. And I think, again, I think it applies to everyone in the military. I would assume, again, I can't speak for everyone, but I can speak for me, because it's, well, we're in there. There is little to no patience towards us from our superiors the whole time you're there with very serious situations with whatever you're doing. So then you just keep feeling that and keep getting spoken to by someone with no patience, because again, things have to get done. Again, I completely understand it. It isn't like sometimes out here it's a matter of, oh, I just couldn't do it. Well, it's okay. Over there, it's a matter of life or death at situations, you know? So patience. So patience, truly, I think, down. I hate that. And then moving to like anger, I think I am kind of correlating to patience. I think I get more than angry. I get annoyed very easily sometimes. But I'm very to myself. Like if I'm annoyed, you probably don't know. If I'm angry, you probably don't know. Because I really don't show much of what I feel around other people. Again, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. This is a video about me, so it's about me, you know. You won't know. I'll just leave. I'll just walk away. I'm angry. I'm walking away. I'm annoyed. I'm walking away. Because for me, it's like I'm not gonna. I try to control myself, so I'm not gonna pop off on whoever or on whatever situation, or like start throwing things. I try not to. Uh, Again, that's just who I am. But again, this is only my perspective of who I am. The rest of the 7 billion or however many people are on Earth might feel like everything I'm saying is a complete lie.